You guys see that? It's the I Miss Your Smile card and then I Miss Your Smile card studio file. So whichever one's better for you is what you're gonna want.
And is Joe using a silhouette cameo?
He is. He's using a cameo today. So we are gonna do this in silhouette, you guys, but listen, I did it in Cricut yesterday so that I would have a good feel for it. So I'll walk you through that as we're doing it. We are literally going from start to finish. So I'm very excited about it. I think you'll learn something. I also have this little trick because tricky part, that was Joe. He's on. Yay, hey Joe.
What's happening? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I'm just excited you decided to join us. Totally great.
It's just the cut file.
All right, I'm trying to see if I can pin you up here too, because I know he'll be put in a kind of behind. He may be on page 4 right now. Let's go see. Or no, maybe he's on page 2. Is your video up? Okay, so Zoom is great, really fun, but yeah, there are a lot of little nuances when you're getting everything set up. And Michael's
the file is, if you go up to the top of the chat, the file is up there. And somebody said that the first link is just a picture, but it's actually an SVG file. You might have to turn on your wireframe to see it.
Yeah, and we're gonna walk through all of that. So, and this is gonna be recorded, so don't worry. We're gonna have it recorded so you can go back and rewatch it if you're not crafting live right now. I do, like for me, I like to be able to watch something and then do it, but if you're crafting live with me, I'm okay with that too. It's totally up to you. And it's gonna be really cute no matter what. So yesterday, I felt like the pattern that really got the attention and everybody wanted us to use is, of course, our favorite, SparkleBerry Vacay. So I'm hoping, it's a little fuzzy. I'm gonna clean this lens. Okay. So Joe, are you all set? Do you have your whole setup? There he is. I don't even know where he is. I can't see him.
Hey, Mandy, it's Bo from Siser.
Hey.
Joe lost connection.
Okay. All right. We kicked him off already. That's okay. I'll do the little intro and thank you guys for being patient. And we are going to get started. And when Joe can get back on, that'll be great. He's already made one card. So we were really, really proud about that. But for those of you that didn't get to go to the Silhouette Getaway, we did do a paper project if he needs help, let us know. Okay. I didn't see who it was, or I didn't hear who it was. Is it Patrick? Bo, it's Bo. Okay.
Yeah, that was Bo. I'm gonna run down there and see if I can help him.
Help him. That'd be great. Okay, so Joe enjoyed the paper project so much, and I just thought it would be really funny and cool because he can make like his mom a really cute card and send it to her to make her smile. So today we're going to be using this. I have 2 screens, so there's my face, and then you'll see my camera as well. And whenever it gets to project time, I'll make sure that screen is pinned so you guys can see that. So do we have any questions before we get started besides the file? We're going to walk through that. I'm going to share my screen. You guys will be totally okay, so don't worry once we get to that part. But any other questions before we get started? Let's see. I'm reading through our comments. Yeah, there's a workaround. So there's a part on the trickiest part of this card, I thought, was putting the face exactly where it needed to be to hide the smile.
I think it's good.
Yay, he's in.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, I think they're happy. There he is, and he's up at the top.
Fair warning, in the Siser studio, which is where I'm at, like we don't have any Wi-Fi connection, so I'm actually working on a phone hotspot. Sorry, and I apologize. Okay. Thank you so much, Mandy, for having me on. I know you're supposed to be teaching me as well, and I'm late to the class. This is just basically my.
That's okay. This is kind of how it goes, and I think that everybody knows that's here. They know that this is usually how we roll, so we're not worried about it at all. It's going to be amazing. Okay. We're going to have a really cute project in the end. So, and Joe is actually one step ahead of me because do you want to show yours or you want to wait to the end?
Well, I was gonna kind of show it as like showing you for the first time. So full disclosure, for those that don't know my little background, but I am very inexperienced with the paper product. So this is why it was an exciting project to be a part of. And so Mandy gave me a little taste of what this project is today and a little bit of instruction. So today I wanted to at least go in a little bit more confident in myself. So I did whip up a little mock version of what I think we're doing today, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to show you guys. You guys ready? Here it is.
Yes.
Check this out.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
What do you guys think? Everyone impressed? It's a sweet project. I'm excited to do it play by play with everybody today. Mandy can tell you what the pattern is. Which pattern is this?
That's actually an unnamed pattern that Leslie, I think you designed that one, right?
I did. It's
Okay.
Paper pads.
Great job. This is a fantastic pattern.
Thank you. I think so too. So basically, let's just do a little intro. Joe, thank you so much for being here. I know everybody knows you that's here, but of course, everybody knows Siser Joe, and he's doing this with us today. We just rolled out, I'm sure you also know, but I'm going to just say it again. We rolled out our Michael's line of scrapbook paper just last month, and it's just going great. It's been so much fun to play with the paper. I haven't played with it as much as Miss Tara Falk. She's made, you guys, we posted today a project that she did, and she's done even like crazy cool paper projects with this scrapbook paper. So you guys will be seeing more of that. But we are just so excited, and I needed a time that I was gonna absolutely sit down and do this with you guys, because this is such a big deal. Like the fact that we have this whole line out, and honestly, it wouldn't have happened without Siser. So that is another reason why it's true. No, it's true, because Siser is the one that basically introduced us to Michael's 2 years ago, and we carry their it's a Siser like now has taken over Michael's in their vinyl section, and there's tons of Siser vinyl, and they print our patterns onto heat transfer, and soon to be something else, but we'll talk about that probably more when there's time. Or when we're supposed to.
A big shout out to Michael's too. Let's hear.
I know.
For everyone here.
Yes. Oh, and I know that Miss Christine did register for the class. I hope she's here. But no pressure at all. But yeah, we love Siser. We love Michael's. Like, this is just literally a dream come true for me. So when you guys are here, like doing this project with me, even though it's kind of simple, but it's going to make something really pretty and touching to give somebody else. So, you know, if you're a SparkleBerry fan already, you know, we're really big about sharing the light. And Siser right now is doing their Summer of Positivity, so it went right along with that. So that is good. And Joe actually put his own little spin on this project, which wasn't in the supply list, not as specifically as what I'm about to tell you. But Joe, do you want to tell them?
Yeah, well, firstly, you know, we're going to incorporate some of the Siser Easy PSB line, which is our decal vinyl line. And full disclosure here, I do, even working for Siser, I mainly use heat transfer vinyl for a lot of my lessons. So that's why I thought it would be a refreshing change up for me to do something with the Easy PSB line. And Mandy, of course, gave me a nice list of all the products that she recommends for it, both the cardstock as well as the Siser products, and went through the glitter Easy PSB. So of course I have to have glitter in there, which recommended using just white, like permanent Easy PSB, which there's nothing wrong with white. It's one of our biggest hits, but I thought I would incorporate one of my own personal favorites of the Easy PSB line, and that was our glow. And I think it's one of the cool lines that we have. Yeah, so there you go. That's a good look at it. So this is a glow in the dark Easy PSB decal vinyl. It is a permanent adhesive, so whatever you put it on, just remember it is sticking around for a long time. And Mandy, you did a mock-up too, didn't you? And you actually got the glow.
Yeah, but I haven't actually like made it because
right.
I really don't like it's so funny. I was just talking to somebody earlier, and I was like, well, I don't really do the projects before I go live with them, which is probably a really bad thing. But so I didn't actually put the face in it. I was using my Cricut Joy yesterday, so I didn't have enough room to do all of it, but I didn't put the face in, which is the biggest, like, that's the biggest part of it. That's so cute. So I still feel like I'm going to have that aha and happy moment. I did cut it this morning out of the flamingo. And so just before I get started, I want to show, and the flamingos are all sideways, and I wouldn't have normally done that, but hey, this stuff, I'm using every single scrap of it, and it's the only way it would fit on this one scrap that I had. So the flamingos are sideways, still beautiful, but look how cute that is. So there are things in this card that you can do and add, or since it's double-sided paper, then you don't have to put anything here other than the eyes and the mouth, because you do need that. But look at the start of this. It's not finished, but this is the start of the card. And I thought, how cute is that contrast? Like, it's so, so cute. And that's really what you want. When you're picking your supplies for this project, you want to make sure that the color that's on this, whether you put a piece of white cardstock or yellow cardstock, or if you're using that, just make sure it's a nice contrast so that your mask will stand out. So that's one point I'd like to make. Just look at your colors, play around with it. There are so many fun combinations we could be doing. So just let your imagination run wild. And this is your assignment and your homework. I want to see every single person that's here. Let's see how many people are here. All 95 of you right now. I would love if you guys tagged us and Siser on your creation, however you want to do it. We want to see. So just make sure you post it somewhere so we can see, okay? How many people here, show me in the comments, how many people here are like, they consider themselves a paper crafter? I want to know that. And you can talk too right now too, because I'm just getting things set up. Any paper crafters? I think Teresa, oh, of course, Tara. Yes, we know Tara is. That's quite obvious in her projects. Joe, did you see Tara's, our post today about Tara's like tray she made with the paper?
No,
I'm
what
sure
was that?
it was awesome. You'll have to go check it out.
I have to see this, yeah.
Yeah, she made a little purse with it and everything. Like she's very talented.
Nice.
Let's see. And yes, remember, I'm going to post this video today. Repost it, the Michael's shaker card. If you guys were there for that, this was fun. And I thought about making Joe play with glitter. I thought that would be fun too. But then I got this idea for this smile card. Oh, but listen, you could totally do a shaker smile card, and that would be really cute too. So really, take this project, run with it. You guys be as creative as you want to be, okay?
Lots of paper crafters in here, Mandy.
Good. Yes.
Now you guys are going to all teach me something, and I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, especially when we get to the place there. We have one place where both Joe and I were like, well, what do we do here? Whenever you go to put the eyes and the smile and match it up, I have a trick. Joe has a trick. Let's see if anybody else can tell us better, because it has to line up to match right behind that smile. So are you guys ready to get started and stop blabbing? And I changed mine because I'm copying Joe, because it was such a good idea to use the glow in the dark. That's what this one was done with, and it looks so good in the end. So all of my online shoppers, if you're not a local customer, you don't have this on our website yet, because we've recently just added it. I know Joe's going to be so disappointed, but it will be up by tonight. And we're also going to be emailing you guys out a coupon for it, so you can go and grab it tonight. So when it's listed for you, you're going to get a coupon. If you don't have any glow in the dark adhesive from Siser, you want it, because it's a lot of fun to play with. Okay?
It is really awesome.
It is. It really is awesome. Okay, so let me go over my supplies. You may or not be using tape or glue, because like I said, you could do this card without the inside, just like this, and all you would need is your cutter, paper, and your PSD. But I do have tape and glue here. Okay, I don't really have the glue. We're just gonna wing it. Scissors, maybe, if something goes awry. I have my weeding tool, and I am using the SparkleBerry Vacay, which I'm about to pin that video, so that screen, so you'll see that. And I'm gonna be using Pink Flirt Glitter PSV, which is one of my favorites, and it matches all SparkleBerry patterns, pretty much all of them. So this is Pink Flirt, very, very good. And yeah, and glow. We're using the glow in the dark, and of course, my mask I'm using today, or my transfer tape, is our Siser gridded that we love so much, and it's in every SparkleBerry box if I have my box numbers here. Okay, so let's get started. And once this project gets going, it's actually kind of fast. So I hope that you guys learned something. Feel free to chime in and ask questions. If you want to ask questions in the chat, you can also do that. It's very laid back, very casual. We're just here crafting together to get our minds off of everything else going on in the world. This is just our fun time, okay? So Kayla, I want to see that card that you just talked about. She said her niece made a unicorn shaker card with the idea of the pineapple card. I would love to see that. I have another one in mind too. We're going to do another shaker card. What, Joe?
I want to see it.
I do too.
But before we get going, though, Mandy, I need something from either the crowd, yourself, maybe Leslie can hook me up. Which card stock am I using?
Oh, okay. So are we going with what I chose for you yesterday, or do you want to do, or do we want them to choose?
Oh, maybe they can choose, right?
Okay. So for those of you that know,
two of them, so they're out of the question. But
I know, right?
For those that have maybe already used it, so we can speed that side up. But if you've seen this book before at your local store and you have one that you think will work best for me, just lay it out there. Leslie, you let me know which one you're picking. Crowd participation.
Okay. I
Let's
will.
give it
Joe, well, what kind of coordinating colors do you have? Are you
It
using
doesn't
the black?
even matter. It's going to be absolutely atrocious because that's how I am about it. So I'm still going to, no matter what, use.
First of all, it is not going to be atrocious. It's going to be SparkleBerry.
No, nothing against that. Just because the color schemes might not work out, because I'm going to stick with the one you recommend, which is the gold glimmer.
The glimmering gold.
The black midnight, I believe, something.
Nope. Okay, let me educate you. So your PSV product, I believe you're holding is Night Sky.
Night Sky glitter and the gold glimmer, and then I'm going to use
glimmering gold
in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. And so it's going to look great.
It's going to look awesome. It's just, we're going to do crowd participation. What do we have so far, Leslie? What am I going to be using out of this awesome?
You are either going to be using El Nido, or you might be using, it's the one that's similar to SparkleBerry, but it's got some gold in it. This one.
I think they want him to use El Nido. I see a lot of El Nido.
Nido?
Yeah, El Nido is a good one.
So that's not El Nido, Joe. El Nido is
that's
blue.
not. Yeah, it's the blue one.
You gotta show me what El Nido is.
All right, we got it. Hold on.
Y'all are so cute that you know the pattern.
Yes, actually, I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my personal favorites. You guys know all too well. So this one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's the one.
I think you should use it. I think they're being nice to you. Oh, this is something I was playing around. Okay, first of all, I love my Cricut Joy, even though it's like not the most efficient way to cut vinyl ever, but it's so fun. And I made this. So this is the back of the pineapple, remember, is this polka dot, but like, wouldn't this be cute if this had an offset? So totally off subject, but I'm telling you, there's so much we can do with this, you guys, and I need to be doing more.
Make that happen.
Yeah, it's totally easy too. Okay, I know, Katie, that was mine and Leslie's when we went to Michael's and talked to them. That was the one thing we requested. I feel like we were pretty low maintenance, but that was the one thing we were like, we want it double-sided. So we love that.
That's a great idea, yeah.
Yeah, it is really great. So fun. Okay, so Joe has his El Nido, and I'm going to get started over here. I'm going to pin this video on the side. I'm hoping that it doesn't look as fuzzy to you guys as it does to me. That will make me sad, but let's pin it really quick and see.
So Carol's asking while you get that set up if it's a good idea to have one blade for paper. And it is, in my opinion, because it'll dull it pretty bad.
Yes, Leslie. Okay, so Leslie, you're going to take those paper questions because Leslie is a paper crafter, like big time, and I just play around with it. So I'm hoping to become like where I can, be considered a paper crafter. But Dana, the files are in your email, but they're also at the very top of this chat. So scroll all the way up and you should see it up there. And then if we need to repost, if you can't get to it, you should be able to get all the way up to the chat. You should be fine. Okay. All right, let's get started. Okay, so first, I did pin that video, but let's go over to screen share really quick. And okay, no falling. I'm going to take you to my my Silhouette studio, and if you're a Cricut person, it's okay, because what we're doing today is literally just pulling the file and separating it and sending it. So I think that you guys are going to be fine, and if you have questions about Cricut, no problem, just let us know. All right, so let's do a share. Okay, I'm gonna take you over here. I love Zoom, it's so much fun. Okay, so this is where we are. We're gonna take all those recovered and take those away so you guys don't have to see how unorganized I am. Okay, so when you pull in your file, this SVG is grouped all together. I'll actually show you really quick. Open, so you're gonna go File, Open, once you save it to your computer, and you're gonna pull it in. Right now I'm gonna pull in the SVG so you guys can see how that's gonna pull in. Now, if you are a Silhouette user, yours is going to be to scale, meaning it needs to be 9.5 by 6.505 inches. Okay, the studio file is exactly where it needs to be. If you are a Cricut user, it's going to come in at like 2 inches. So just jot those measurements down. 6.5 and 9.5 should be the big size of your card, and make sure to grab it all at one time to resize it like this. You want to grab it all. This is in Silhouette and Cricut. This is how you would basically adjust it proportionately. And I'm going to do undo so it goes right back where it needs to be. So there's this. So if you have the SVG, there is a little tricky part. The yellow behind this, let's ungroup it first. So right click is how I ungroup. I'm going to ungroup it. The yellow part of this file is behind it. So I like to separate it and get where I can see it. And today I'm going to be cutting by color. And the reason or by fill. And Joe, you may not be super like educated on this yet, but you will be by the end of today, because it's really a great way to do it. It just, and it's how Cricut actually cuts theirs too. They cut by color. So the first file that we're going to cut, or the first part of the file, is just going to be this guy. It's just this outside. That's the big part. It's the pattern part. Can you guys see my face too in the corner? Can you see me, Leslie? I can't hear you.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yay, thank you. So I just want to make sure. The pattern part, I like this pattern on the outside, so just keep that in mind. You're going to be cutting it pretty side up on your mat. Okay, they're both pretty. You're going to be cutting the pattern that you want to use. You're going to cut that facing up on your mat, okay? So I'm going to line it on my mat.
Though, Mandy, real fast, just for those that are watching, and I kind of even made the mistake myself, is that the perforated lines, like when I broke this up in Silhouette for me, even the perforated lines broke apart. And if you get those perforated lines, that's where it's going to cut. So you want to make sure that entire spot, that entire box, including those perforated lines, are exactly how they are in the file.
You're exactly right. And any of my paper crafters that actually build your own designs, I would love to know in Silhouette Studio how you get those to weld without becoming because I'll show you. If I right click and I try to weld it, and even make a compound path, it turns into a solid line. So that's why I didn't do it that way. So I just grouped them, and it will come. That's why you want to make sure you grab that middle line and this, so that it doesn't shift, because that perforated or the scored, is it called scored, Leslie? Is that a score?
Yes, it is a score.
Okay, so the scored line, and I call it perforated, and it may be the same thing, but it's going to cut in those little areas to help you fold it, which is really satisfying. I really like that part. Okay, so let's go cut by fill. My Cricut people, you're already going to cut by fill, so you don't have to worry about this part, but we're going to send it up here in the top right-hand corner. You're going to send, and now if I try to cut this like this, which is the simple way to cut, then it's going to cut all of this out, and I don't want to do that. Everything that's highlighted in bold red is going to cut. So let's hop over here. If you see my mouse, it says simple, then there's line, and then there's fill. So we're going to cut by fill. I use this all the time now. It's one of my favorite things that we can do, is separating it by color. But it is easy to make a mistake if you're not careful. So at the very top of this checklist over here, it has all of those boxes highlighted. So we don't want that. You're going to uncheck them first, and then we're going to go find the turquoise that I use, this pretty teal color. That is all we want to cut right now out of our SparkleBerry vacay. So that is, you can, even this other stuff right here, it's okay. It's not going to mess anything up if it has that bold line around it that's turquoise, and that's what we're going to use. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Is it going to still cut the score though?
Yeah, it
It'll
should.
cut it, but it'll cut little perforated lines on it, so it
Oh,
folds.
wasn't the
Yeah, you're
score
right,
the
Joe.
black value?
Yep. So you know what we need to do. Okay,
There you go.
so Joe is right. So you needed to grab the score. I wonder how it did it earlier. So grab the score and the this one. So just that's the no color that's right there. And both of those need to be changed to whatever setting you're using. So we're doing cardstock plain. Thanks, Joe. Good catch. And then we want cardstock plain for the next one as well. So that's what I'm cutting it on. I don't know if you guys, any of my paper crafters, you can pipe up and tell me a different setting that you use, but you know, all machines are a little different. So let's go ahead and send this. And get all the beautiful faces out of my, away from my send button. So funny. It won't move. Hide. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna send. Now it is smart. It is very smart, and we're not gonna do it today for time's sake because I've already done it, but you wanna test cut every single media you do because your blade is changing because it dulls over time. I'm not gonna test cut, but you should, okay? So let's go ahead and send this, check our cardstock plane. Again, those are checked, perfect. So we're just gonna send it. And then, I don't know if I can pin this. And Cricut users, if you're not used to silhouettes dancing, oh, I'm using my Cameo 3 right now, by the way. So if you're not used to the silhouette sounds, it's a lot different than your Cricut. But don't worry, it's still gonna be amazing. It's just a little loud. And Trisha, wasn't it you that said you had a migraine? You may just have to turn off the, oh, I'm sorry, Trisha.
It's okay. I've been dealing with it all day.
Oh, just get some rest. Close those eyes.
That's what I'm doing. Trust me, that's what I'm doing.
Katie, so Katie asked, does Silhouette have a scoring tool? It's something we need to look into because I want to make more paper files. It's so much fun, and I don't want to do it in an amateurish way. But yeah, I'm on the Cameo 3 right now. So the 4 is what I recommend getting. I am just very comfortable with my 3. And I have a hard time making a change like that. So that's why we're using my 3 today, especially when we have a live situation like this that we really don't want to we don't want it going rogue. And since I don't know my Cameo 4 enough yet, it's just how I do things.
The Cameo does have a scoring tool.
Okay. So it's not just about
Hold on,
making.
I'm looking for it. Yeah, I'm looking
Okay.
for it. Hang on.
Perfect. Okay. It's almost done. And I know you guys can't, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if you moved over and got to this other view of mine. Now I'm gonna unload it. All right. Now I'm gonna cut everything. Actually, no, I'm not. I wanna show you one thing that Joe mentioned, and I wanted to make sure that you guys know this trick, okay? So I'm gonna pin that video again so you can actually see my projects. Here it is. And I want to show you this little trick, okay? So instead of pulling there's my pretty sliced thumb. Instead of pulling your paper off like this, and this goes with vinyl too, especially adhesive, turn your mat over and instead pull this off your mat. I pull the mat off of your vinyl or your paper. So that's one way that you can do it. You could also use a little paper scraper. We do have those on the website as well that I really, really love. But then you can see, so see, Joe, how it didn't curl?
Yeah.
So it's much better that way. And adhesive vinyl, did you know that trick, Joe?
That one I learned. No, I just learned now. Thank you for
Yay.
that. I'm going to try it right here. I'm bad
Okay.
I just cut it. I think it's successful. I had another thing too. Don't use a 15-inch mat on a 12-inch cutter.
Oh, no. I don't even know. Where'd you even get a 15-inch mat?
Well, because this morning the one I tried was the one I have in my office, which is the Cameo Plus.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mandy, when you go to your field screen,
Yep.
go to cut where it's set for cut.
Yep.
The score is under there.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll look at that on our next one. Okay, so thank you so much. Is that Dana by the by? Who was talking?
It's Amy.
Amy. Hey, Amy. Oh, you gotta have the same sound is Dana. Okay, so look at this. So really, this card also doesn't really need anything behind it, but we are going to do that extra step today for the fun glow option. But you can see with that scoring line, we're able just to boom, there you go, and it folds so nicely just like that. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and cut everything else. I'm going to go back to my share screen, and now we're going to cut the inside of the card, and I'm going to do this a little differently than I did my other one just for fun. I'm going to use the glow for the big part of the inside of the card. So I'm going to load this.
You're just doing the inside, right?
Yeah, this is now the inside. I'm not doing, well, let's go over here and look together. So let me share my screen again.
So Tanya's asking, is that glow in the dark?
It is glow in the dark adhesive, and it's going to be so fun. It was a little trickier to cut, so I'm going to show you that in just a minute on what I decided to use, and maybe it'll help you. So Joe just asked me if I was going to be using that on just the inside, but really what we need to do here is, let's get this out of the way. We can just pull this off, and I want to use my labels. I want those to be the glow in the dark. And then we're gonna pull this off. So see, even on my send screen, you guys, I can move this around. And then I'm just looking at where my vinyl is right now because I've cut some out of it already. So you could do two things. You can either check both boxes right here, so uncheck them all. And then we can check that yellow, and then we can go down and check the white, and it'll cut both of them at the same time. But you have to change both settings, or you could go back to your design page up here and change them all to yellow. So I think that's just the best thing to do. And that one of my favorite tricks in the whole wide world of Silhouette is if you want to select something and change it to look like this yellow right here, this dropper tool on the left-hand side, Joe, you'll have to let me know if you know this trick. Transfer properties, it says transfer properties of a shape to a selected shape. So what it does is when you click on this yellow with the black line, even if it was yellow with the purple line, it's going to change these other ones exactly to the same properties. So it would be yellow with a black line, and that's what it did. So that's just going to be a little easier on my send screen. And so now I only have to click one. It's already on Vinyl Glow in the Dark, and I will tell you what I did that worked really well. When I did my test cut, I took up my force to 15. It starts at 10. So go to 15, and for me, and of course test cut it, but that's what I'm using right now. So we're gonna go ahead and send that. These are really easy cuts, so it'll be quick.
So Rosa says you can transfer fonts that way too with the dropper tool. That's really cool.
Yes, you can, as long as the font has not been created into a path of any sort, then you can change it. These fonts right here, we wouldn't be able to do it with because I've already converted that to a path. I hope I did anyway. Yeah, I did. So you wouldn't be able to do it there, but let's say I typed Mandy in Magnolia Sky, and then I wanted to go down and type SparkleBerry, and I typed it in another font, and then I just use that dropper tool, go over, well, here, I'll show you. Let's just do that while this is cutting, okay? Because it's actually a really good tip. I use it all the time. Okay, so Mandy. And then I'm going to change this to Christmas Mystery. This is one of my favorite fonts right now. Christmas Mystery, let's make it, oh, I forgot that can you guys see it on that gray mat? Should I change it?
We can see it. Okay,
good. So let's use actually we'll use SparkleBerry Pink. And I have to get that ugly red line off of there. Sorry for those of you who love red. You know I'm not a crazy fan. So let's do this. And now let's type Leslie's name really quick. And if I just highlight that and then go over and grab this dropper tool, watch this, you guys. So notice I took the red line away, added pink, and I'm using Christmas Story script. Watch this. Boom.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that amazing? But if you had made this, you guys, into a compound path, or if you had welded it, it no longer would be a font. It would just be an object, basically. So that doesn't work. Okay, moving along. So I know that I talk about that a lot because it really is one of my favorite tools. Same thing here, you guys. We're going to be pulling off, I'm not going to show you because I just showed you that we're going to be pulling the vinyl the mat off the vinyl, okay? Now I need to cut my words and my smiley face. So let's get that on my mat and load it. So this, like I said before, we are using Pink Flirt Glitter Siser PSV, okay? So we need this to go away. So we're gonna uncheck that. Actually, let me just delete this so you guys don't get really confused. So this may make all of you type A people, and I don't say that I say that in awe. I love type A people. It makes me feel very comfortable and like they have their act together. But this, my boards usually do get a little messy. So sorry about that, but I promise I do know what I'm doing. So let's send this, and let's, now we're gonna take all of these guys, and I could have changed that. Oh, let's use our trick, how about that? So let's take our dropper tool, select our smiley face, and let's change it. It's holding over our smile to change that into the same color. So it just simplifies things. Now remember that with adhesive, we do not have to mirror. So just keep it just like this. We're not flipping it. We're not mirroring it. We're gonna go grab our color, our purple color right there. And then I cut, you guys may not do this, but it works for me, and I hope it works for me today, but I cut glitter PSV on just the same setting that I use for like regular vinyl. It seems to work fine. I'm gonna, since I was on my Cricut yesterday, I use vinyl glossy is what I use, and the numbers are 1, force of 10, speed of 5. So today I am gonna test cut just to show you how to do that and to encourage you to do this every time you put a piece of material onto your mat, because it just will save you over time. So we're just gonna test this really quick on vinyl glossy and make sure that it is gonna cut through so that we don't waste a bunch of vinyl. So that's what we're doing right now.
While you're doing that, Joe, maybe you could go over with them what PSV is. A couple people are
Yes.
asking.
Okay.
Sure.
So Joe, that would be great. Do that.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got the cameos cooking right now. So Easy PSV was a new addition that we added on at Siser about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago almost now, and it's a decal vinyl. So the PSV stands for pressure sensitive vinyl. So for those that were familiar with Siser for a long time, we were mainly heat transfer vinyl, and we added this line, which is obviously what we're using today in this lesson, which is just strictly decal or adhesive vinyl. And we have a wide variety of different styles. And for me, I always like to try something different. That's why I really like the glow. I like our etched glass. I don't know if you have that, Mandy. I was trying to figure out a way to incorporate that. That's one of my favorites. And then, of course, the fan favorites, what really took off once we came out with the Easy PSV line was really our glitter. And to have glitter decal vinyl that's smooth, which, you know, I don't mean to put you on the spot, Mandy, but in case you guys missed out, here at Siser, we just this week launched a brand new heat transfer vinyl line called Sparkle, which works for SparkleBerry, but it is a smooth glitter with the glitter the glitter flakes embedded inside of the product, and it's layerable. It's a fast application. It's an awesome product. We just launched it, so it's very similar to the glitter Easy PSV if you've ever used it. That feel, the way it looks, it's really awesome. So that's what the Easy PSV line is. If you guys have more questions on that.
Yeah. Do you have a translucent? I'm sorry. Do you have a translucent adhesive that's
The
translucent?
translucent adhesive, we have, yes, it's called Etched. So it's for those that, and I got to actually get a lesson in it about a year ago at the Silhouette Summit that we had, where you actually use etching creams, which was a first for me. I've never actually used etching creams to make something, the etch effect on glass. So what we did is we came out with an etched decal vinyl, so Etched Easy PSV. So it's a permanent adhesive, but it gives you the etched effect. So if you put that on glass, so if you look far, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference until you got up close. But it's one of my personal favorites in that line.
That's cool.
We have a chalkboard too, which is really cool. So decal vinyl that you can put on your wall. It's a removable, and you can draw on it with regular chalk. So if you have all the fun, crafty ideas you want to put on your wall, There's a bunch of stuff you can do with that. But glow is one of my favorites. I just wanted to also add, because I know we cut it already, and Mandy's doing the inside of the card as well as the big shapes. But if you did the more detailed cuts like I'm gonna do, like the text, just be careful, because Etched is a little bit more rigid. So the setting you may have when you go to do the cuts, like what Mandy asked you to do, are not going to be the same when it goes to actually cutting the fine detail. So you really, like Mandy's already stressed a couple times, make sure you do test cuts. We always recommend, even though you're like, well, I just cut glow, this is the setting, it works. It's just not true. So I'm cutting the text right now, and I actually upped my downforce, or the force option, up to about 17, and I even brought my blade out another click or two. So you do want to still make sure you do those tests, especially on the glow. I just wanted to try.
Yeah. And so he was talking about glow, and he said it again, but I think at one point you said etch. So I just wanted them to know that you were talking about glow that whole time, right? Just then?
No, I was talking about etch because he asked if I had the translucent.
Yes. Okay, but the cut settings, it was all about glow for now.
It was all about glow, yes. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
Transitioned over to glow. If you're doing what I'm doing for my card, which is, see, I added the text, and I'm using the glitter Easy PSV as those shapes on the front.
So labeled, yeah.
If you do fine detail with the Easy PSV glow, that was my point, was just make sure you do a test cut again and make sure you dial that in, because you may have to add a little bit more force and bring down your blade a little bit more.
So,
Carolyn's telling us about how when you do tests, if you go to the bottom of the mat, it makes it easier for you to lift it and see. That's a good tip.
that is true. Was that Julie you said that said
That was Miss Carol that told us about that.
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah. So I've heard that too. Julie teaches that too, to make like a little B at the bottom of your mat instead of the actual test cut, because then you don't have to unload it. It's a great tip. So newsflash for all of you guys, Leslie doesn't even know this yet, but we actually got Etched in a couple days ago. So it's on the shelves in the craft markets. It is going online, so we'll have to work on that too, Leslie. So
that's awesome.
Glow is going on tonight, and then also we're getting Sparkle on Monday. So just hold off ordering it, because I have it. It's going to be here Monday. All of them, all the colors. And I've seen, not everybody has all the colors. I'm going to have all the colors. Okay.
There you go.
So we are finished cutting, so now we can move along. So I'm going to pin you guys back to my other video really quick, and so we don't have to listen to the loud machines anymore. Hopefully I'm still here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's spotlight this video. And okay, so this is what I have so far. This cute little guy, and then we have our glow that I need to weed. And I know you guys, I know how much you love weeding, so that's later. That is why I saved all the weeding for you guys. It's really quick weeding. Like overall, this is a super fast project. I just love hanging out with you, so I'm making sure you're educated, and we're just chit-chatting along the way. So here's my glow that I'm copying Joe doing, and then I have my pink flirt, SparkleBerry vacay, and here we go. So first, these little guys are really easy to weed. These are just like, now they're basically like little labels. And you're really wanting to make sure you don't cut into the carrier sheet. Like, I'm not even using a mask on this, you guys, because it's just one, I say mask, I'm used to HDB, transfer tape. And so I'm just gonna line it up where I think the middle is, which is always, you never know. But we're eyeballing it. And there's that. Then we're gonna go over here. So I'm doing mine opposite of how Joe is doing his. I'm actually putting the labels as the glow in the dark, and I'm gonna show you, I don't know if Joe will be able to show you in the dark there. I bet you can in the studio, right, Joe?
I'm gonna try to turn off the lights, but I still have like a little window in here, so it might take away.
Yeah, so I'll be able to show you guys. So let's go ahead and weed our pink flirt. I mean, really, this thumb injury I have is not making my life easy for sure.
Hey, Joe, why don't you tell them about the colors that the Sparkle HTV will be in?
Ooh,
The
yeah.
Sparkle HTV, so right now we have 10 colors. So we're going to understanding. Sorry, I was clicking the silhouette. So we have 10 colors. We have. Do you want me to list them off? Because I'm gonna.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have the midnight black. We have well, before I go on that, I want to tell you we also have a clear. I know, Leslie, you asked about the clear with the Easy PSV, but we came out with clear. No, not yet, but we came out with clear sparkle heat transfer vinyl, which has glitter embedded into it.
Oh
So
my goodness.
awesome because you can layer it over other things like Easy Weed or what Mandy calls heat transfer vinyl. And so
He hates that.
another color under it, it really influences it. So we have that clear midnight black. We have cornflower blue. We have blue jean. These are the names. So sunset orange, green leaf, pink lemonade, perfect pink. There's a yellow, and I'm gonna mess the cornbread yellow, something. And then
Red yellow, is it?
it's something.
It's like corn husk. It's something corn. I do know you're. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna learn
cornflower blue. I'm learning the names, but it's. Hold on, I got the app. Oh yeah, to let you guys know, little plug in case you're ever looking for the cutter settings. Whenever you're using Siser products, whether it's our heat transfer vinyl or the Easy PSV like we're using today, we have an awesome app that you can download on your phone. So right there, in case you ever want to see the colors as well as application instructions, you can get them right there. So right in the heat transfer vinyl colors, I have the sparkle will eventually pull up. Again, in here it's bad with the
Somebody said it's buttercup, which is much better than cornbread.
buttercup yellow, yes. So we have buttercup yellow, green leaf, yeah, and then that's it. And grapevine, which is like a purple. So all 10, those are going to be, or they are available now, but Mandy's going to have them on Monday, so hold out. And I'm just letting you guys know because, of course, we launched something. We have 10 of them. And then I get told we have another 4 coming very soon.
Yay!
You know now, you're hearing it first.
Okay, and possibly you guys, if you don't mind me, I definitely know I have tracking. It's really going to be here. So if you don't mind the fact that I don't actually have it in hand, we can go ahead and let you guys start ordering as soon as we get it up. So Leslie's just gotten all kinds of fun to-dos today. But she hopefully will be happy. And I know she's going to be so happy to get that sparkle in her hands because I'm excited. And just back on that sparkle for a second, I promise you guys we are not trying to do an infomercial. I'm just very excited about the sparkle. It's like Video Flex, right? It's similar?
It's very similar. So for those that have had used the Video Flex before, it's very comparable, but it has other benefits. In my personal opinion, it's better because it has a sticky carrier. So for those that have used our Easy Weed line, you know that pressure sensitive backing that we have, that is the exact same backing that we have for the Sparkle. So it makes for a fast application. You can layer on it. It is only 110 microns, so it's about 20 microns. So it's just barely thicker than regular Easy Weed. So it's a thin product. And then it's CPSIA compliant, which is baby safe, right? That's like all of our products. So it's a lot of benefits to that one. But yes, it's essentially the Video Flex glitter, but has a sticky carrier. And the application is the same as Easy Weed.
Well, Joe, I was the biggest fan of the Video Flex, and I only think I did one video on it, and it's one of my favorite products. And so I was so sad when it went away, but then I found out, then Brett told me that it was, kind of coming back. So we actually still have some aftermarket. We bought all the rest of y'all's pink Video Flex because I wanted it. So we still have a lot of it. Yeah, we do. And I love it.
I'm just going to tell you right now because it's similar in color, but what I asked people to do this week on our live for our announcement and stuff was to ask people to vote for which color out of those 10 colors was their most favorite, and that's which one it was, Mandy.
I don't know. The blue is really I think there's a couple blues, right? I can't wait to just dive into it.
There's 2 blues, but it was actually our pink lemonade color.
Yeah. So are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't cornbread yellow? You're not gonna live that one down. I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna.
Well, it's cornflower something. I'm learning these
No, it's buttercup.
names. Buttercup yellow. I'm
All
learning.
right.
So Mandy,
Yes, ma'am.
someone's asking if the SparkleBerry HTV is baby safe as well.
So
Mandy, can I show them real fast?
yeah, is
You
it
can show
you
the
as a
sparkle?
baby eating it? Yeah, show them.
Okay.
They would love to see it.
That's gonna hook me up. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't worry, guys. I'm not working
I'm
ahead.
probably getting really judged from outside the studio because I'm not, saying names right and
That's
promoting.
okay. You know what? That makes you human, and that's what our people, that's what our folks love. Is
I
that
hope you guys are bearing with me. I'm sorry for that, but I'm gonna run through them fast, and Mandy's gonna have them. So I just want to show you guys. This is the clear. So this is a clear. It has sparkle in it. I know the colors might not show as nicely, but that's the clear. It's going to be influenced by whatever color you put under it. Now here, I'm going to go down the list. Cornflower blue.
it's
So it's
so
a lighter one.
pretty.
Cornflower blue. This is blue jean, so it's
Oh,
just a little bit darker than the last one. Here is the sunset orange.
Gorgeous.
This one's one of my personal favorites, midnight black.
Gorgeous.
Here was the big winner. This is pink lemonade.
Oh, yes.
That one got voted the most. Here is perfect pink.
Oh, I don't know. That's probably, I think that's my favorite over the other.
That one actually, it was pink lemonade, and then the two blues were a close runner. And then that one kind of came in fourth. Here's your buttercup yellow.
Cornbread yellow. Got it.
Cornbread. Here is green leaf, which is another.
That's gorgeous.
And then lastly, this is grapevine.
I love it.
So 10 colors, all out now. Mandy ordered them all, as you heard. So these are going to be available. Very, very awesome. Another little quick plug in case you guys want to see them in action. Tonight on the Siser North America YouTube channel, I have my application video showing you all 10 of these colors in action on one design. So that's coming out tonight if you guys want to see what they look like. And again, you have over the weekend to get super excited about it. And then Mandy will have them next week. So good to go.
We'll get them up if we're able to, and we can work it into the day. We'll get them up so you guys can go ahead and get your orders in.
I can get them up this evening or tomorrow.
See how amazing she is. That's why I love her. Well, it's not why I love her.
That's awesome.
Okay, you guys ready to get back? Okay, this is the finale basically. So let me pin my little video. All right, so how I've done this is I did not ungroup this, you guys. I wanted to keep my face exactly where it needs to be. And this is my trick. And Joe, if your trick is better or you want to share your trick, I want to hear it. But I'm going to go ahead and cut mine. I masked it with my transfer tape. And now I'm just cutting these all separate. You don't see me do this very often. I know I don't like to cut my transfer tape. But for you guys, this is a special occasion and I don't mind at all. So let's do the easy stuff first. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to squeegee really quick from the back and from the front. And I'm hoping that I didn't cut into my carrier sheet because that's whenever it's not fun. That's when it's not fun to use adhesive. Whatever you've cut into your carrier sheet, it is possible to save it, but it's not fun. You guys probably know all about that. Now, the smile, the little S, fits perfectly down here on this side. So there's like a little divot, and I made it to where there's a little bit of a guide right there. So I'm gonna put smile right there. Now, if you have brand new application tape, go ahead and fuzz it on like your clothes or something because it's kind of hard to use on paper sometimes. It can be too sticky. So it's just, if it's like been used once or twice, that's even better. And now I'm going to put that away. And then we're going to do I miss your, and then we're going to do the tricky trick. And this is what Joe was talking about with these finer details. Sometimes I can already tell that this probably cut a little bit much through. So if it did, we're going to fix it. Don't worry. Oh no, it's good. Beautiful. Look how beautifully that cut. So basically I cut that on vinyl glossy, you guys, just the same thing I use for all my regular like adhesive colors, even patterned. So I'm just gonna, okay, I need to put this where I can see it for a second. I'm gonna make sure that it's as centered as I can get it. It would be really smart if you use your grid, but I'm kind of stubborn when it comes to that, and I don't use the grid as much as I should. Just
That's what
carefully.
the grid's there for.
I know. That just seems to me to take way too much effort, but that's what it's there for. You're right. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this down as small as I can get it, because this is the trick. The trick is you want your smile to be hidden, right, behind this guy, like your mask, because that's kind of what's happening right now, and it's kind of a thing. I mean, just if like it's a thing right now where we aren't seeing everybody's faces, and it's kind of sad, but that's why I didn't ungroup it, because when you open it, you want it to be the smile. Okay, so now that I know that that's exactly where I want it, I'm going to take this off. This is my, yeah.
Why don't you use your flap hinge method and tape it at the top just barely and lift it up and then put it down?
That's what I was thinking. So I'm so glad, because I was a little scared because I haven't actually tried it. I'm sorry, guys. You guys know I love you, though, and I'm never trying to steer you wrong. But I was like, I think this is going to be the better way to do it. So she's talking about hinge method, which would be where you pull off just the back, like one side. So I could literally pull this back. And I was doing a version. Oh, great. I put it on the wrong side. I was doing a version of that, but she's right. Let's go ahead and just tape the eyes. Is that what you're thinking? Oop, wrong one.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to put that on where we want it so that it will hide the smile, okay? And that's why we cut really close to the smile. So that, yeah, it's going to be perfect. So you want the eyes to show, but not the smile, okay? So you can see through the transfer tape, and if I had used the grid, it would be even better. But I kept that one half of the backer on, so it would hide it. Let's see. So we're gonna put that on. Now, oh my gosh, yes, see, we're genius. Now when you open this up, pull off this last part. Now, you know what I didn't do? Nobody stopped me, but I did a boo-boo. Let's see if I can pull it off.
You didn't put the solid piece back there.
I know, but you know what? I really love the blue, so I'll show you guys how to do that, but I like the blue. I love that it's double-sided. Hold on. Sometimes if you can't get your transfer tape off, guys, you just have to give it a little help right there, or your backer is what I meant. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. See, that cut a little deep there. But no problem. We're going to fix it. There's a little bit of paper right there, so I'm just going to scrape it off. It probably would stick just fine because it's more of a permanent adhesive, right, Joe?
What?
The glitter PSD.
Glitter is a permanent, yep.
Yeah, so it's okay. So if you kept your card plain like this is how you would do it. Well, I say plain, but basically where you use the pattern, that's what you do it. You want to make sure to remove your transfer tape. That's important, and just be careful so it doesn't peel your paper off. Now, the step that I skipped here, which is, it's just kind of how Mandy does things sometimes, would be my big piece that I cut in glow right here. So I could technically fix it, it would be fine, but this sheet would have gone, I'll do it on this one. I'll show you. Because even if you use the glow as a backdrop, you guys, it'll still show the shadow of the actual face and the letters. And you're going to see that in a second whenever I demonstrate. And so see, just like that. So I can go back and make another one in a minute, even though my flamingos are sideways, it's okay. So that's a way you could do it, or you can just leave it like this. And now I can just write right on it. So this one I didn't use the big piece of glow, but I used glow here, pink flirt here, so on and so forth. So this is what we have so far. And I'm going to take you guys with my iPad into the dark bathroom for a moment, and then I'll show you guys
Can I share the way I did it?
Yes, please.
So I just wanted to show you guys kind of what if I can get it right. So obviously you can see the floating eyes. If you can, let me know if you can see those. What I did to line this up, similar to what you just saw with the hinge method, but what I did is I actually cut off small pieces of the application tape and kind of taped it up in each corner. I know it's hard to see, but you see that reflection?
Oh, that's so smart.
So I did it on the back end, so it's taped. So really all I have to do at this point is just take my design in one whole swoop and fold it over and close it, take my squeegee, take down the eyes, and now when I lift it up, I can pull that application tape that's taped on there off of it. So now once I have that in the place that I want it, I'm going to just squeegee that little bit on it and peel off my application tape. And now.
Oh my gosh. So Joe, you are an expert paper crafter. Like, that is so cool. I
just
love it.
following your instructions, but I just figured out the ways, because I mean, when you work with heat transfer vinyl all the time and people want to get the craziest, most complicated applications done, you have to get crafty. That's what's awesome. Like, so something like this where you're utilizing, and again, all I did was take that application tape that Mandy's been showing, the gridded stuff. I cut off 2 little slivers of it, and I kind of basically taped it on the inside. And this was how I could get that line up when I closed the letter on top of itself. So
yes. Okay. I love Joe's way to do it. I know, Julie. Julie says he's not only just hashtag eye candy. We had to say that at least once, right?
So that is, it's on the background. So this is glow in the dark. I use glow in the dark for the text. I use glow in the dark for the big back area. And then this is that glue shimmer. So what do you think, Mandy? Is the color scheme good?
Yes, I am so proud. Like, you just rocked that. So see if yours shows up. Can you turn your lights off?
All right, I'm gonna see if Bo can. Bo, can you try to darken?
Aren't y'all proud of him? He's doing so great. So sure.
I'm gonna try to turn these lights off.
Okay. Joe's going dark.
I'm gonna
Hey,
try.
Mandy, do you know if you can write on that glow in the dark?
I think you should be able to write on it. I would write on it with a Sharpie. And then honestly, the Sharpie would, yes, Carol. So that's, of course, because you want them to write on the card. So I would
check it out. Can you see it? Oh.
Yes!
Well, it's hard to see it looks really, you can see it back here, right? All right.
Yep.
You can see, yeah.
What do you guys think? Look at how
I
awesome.
love it.
It's
Now
just
open
to
it
get
up.
to the computer screen, you can see everything again, but you can see me. You can't see me, but you can see the light.
Okay, so open, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys in here with me.
Awesome.
You may not be able to hear me whenever I go in here, so I'm just going to go in there, and because I'm going to be stepping away from the computer, but I'm going to take the iPad in.
Oh man, if I couldn't get this, that's all right. You guys see it?
Oh,
Yeah, we're all just, we're all
Joe
so,
needs
You can see it.
gold star.
yes. Okay, so I'm going to pin this video real quick. Okay, so here's mine. I'm going to spotlight this. We're going to take the iPad. Okay, guys, you're going to be walking and seeing a little bit of junk. Do not judge me, okay? Actually, I'm going to cover the camera. Boop, boop, boop. Just look at the pretty card. I have lots of projects going on. Okay, ready?
Ooh,
Oh yeah, you can see it there.
very good.
Okay, funny story. I didn't have the right card. Hold
I
on.
was gonna say, where's the text?
I know. Hold on just a second. Hold on. What did I do with my card? There's the first one we did. Oh, here it is. I was like, what is happening? How is only part of it working? Okay, hold on. Look at the pretty card. Look at the pretty card. Not the junk. And we're going to shut this door.
Yeah, there it is.
That's awesome.
So you had one card that had one part, the other card has the other part.
Yeah, I know.
I love it though. They work
It was
together.
And it's good for them to see where you're wanting to do this. So like it's great to put that backdrop in there, or this is how I did the other one. So that actually lit up in the other one. So definitely use glow if you want to make it that glowy fun one, because in the inside, if you have it like this with the face, then the face is going to show up like Joe's. And, so you have lots of different ways you can do it. That's the fun part of this is it's just like literally the sky is the limit.
And one question we get all the time is how long does the glow last? How does it work? And it's really what you have to do if you're concerned about charging or maybe it's not glowing as much. If you let it set underneath lights, like ideally sunlight, it will charge the best. But in the studio here, I have LED lights, fluorescent lights. If you want to quick charge it, you can just put the decal vinyl right up to a light for about a couple minutes, and that will just quickly charge it, just in case you needed to do something right away. And this even goes with our Easy Weed glow-in-the-dark heat transfer vinyl. So if you're looking for heat transfer vinyl to kind of maybe do something together, because these cards are great, but like every time I think about glow, I'm always thinking about Halloween. So for the kids, some fun projects, something you could do with both the Easy PSV glow and then glow-in-the-dark heat transfer vinyl. In case you ever had any questions about how to charge it or what you can do to preserve it, that's all you. If you keep it in, obviously stored the way we recommend, where it's cool, climate-controlled area that may be out of direct sunlight, that's why I'm saying it may not be as powerful on the glow end of it. So what you have to make sure you do is once you apply it onto something, expose it to light, expose it to sunlight, ideally just for a couple hours, and then you'll really see it pop.
Yes.
No, tell them about, will PSV work on clothing? Tell them the differences.
Okay, so PSV is not made for clothing. Will it work on clothing? Absolutely, just like any sticker. But the thing you have to remember is Easy PSV is just an adhesive vinyl. So it's not made to go through a laundering process. So it's not made, just like if you've got a sticker, you accidentally put it on your clothes and you washed your clothes, and then the next thing you knew, you saw all those little pieces of paper all over your other parts of clothes. So it's not made for that. Heat transfer vinyl is your heat application. So the product, you need either a home iron or an easy press if you have one of those, or a heat press. And that's where it's actually applied, and it's made. The way we make our adhesive is formulated to actually bond to fabrics. So once it's on there, it's on there. And that's where you're allowed to throw it in the washer, you're allowed to throw it in the dryer, and you don't need to worry about it. Now, when people say, hey, can I put your actual glitter heat transfer vinyl on, the side of my wall, or on my wall rather, it's not recommended, because that means that you got to put a home iron onto your wall and hope it sticks and hope you don't, burn down your place. So,
or the cute little mini press.
Or the cute little mini press, but
I know, Joe. Yeah, we know how you feel about that, Joe. Yes.
Yeah. So ideally, that's the big difference. You don't want to put Easy PSV on your clothing if you're expecting it to be around for the long term.
Yes, and we have both, guys. So the glow adhesive, or PSV, will be up tonight, and we already have glow in the dark HTV on the Siser. It's on the Siser Easy Weed listing on our website. So we have that. And you know what's so funny is this whole project, I never once was thinking glow in the dark anything, but that was Joe's idea a few days ago, and it totally made this project so much more fun and cute.
Oh, awesome.
So you would want to make
it feel like I contributed something.
You did. You contributed a lot. And so that would be cool if you use the glow. Make sure you tell whoever you're sending this, and I really do mean, I hope you guys send this to a few people that need a smile, because this will there's no way this wouldn't make them smile. A handmade card is so, so precious to receive. And so you would want to tell them, just for a fun little activity, go take this into the dark, and they would be like, yeah, that's weird. But then they're going to see, and they're going to love it. They're going to love it. So awesome. Okay. So, Leslie, 40, you think it's 45? Leslie is a paper expert, so she feels like it's the weight of the paper.
50 or 45, but I'm not positive. Does anybody else know about paper weights?
Tara, do you know? I'm looking at the back to see if I
No,
can
it's
figure.
not super heavy, but I mean, I'm able to cut it. I always cut it with Cricut with medium cardstock because of the glitter. The glitter makes it a little more difficult to cut.
Yes, that beautiful glitter. And that's the thing is I didn't use any with glitter today, but there are lots of, this is actually my favorite pattern in the whole thing. It's this beautiful pineapple pattern. It has beautiful like pineapple flecks, gold flecks in it. So this is very special, like premium in my opinion. I think it's amazing paper, but those, Joe found that too, that the ones that have heavier glitter, those are hard. Yep.
So I just want to let you know, yeah, because I use this design, which is awesome. Great job, Leslie. But there's the very thin lines of actual glitter on them. And what I noticed is when I cut it originally on the silhouette, and I used obviously one setting for it, I noticed just in the areas of where the glitter was, it didn't cut all the way through. So I actually had to just kind of scissor off a couple of the areas that didn't cut all the way through. So just be a little bit cautious on that depth. You're not going to have to change it because ideally cut it at the usual setting because you don't want to cut all the way through and obviously destroy your mat because how many of us have all destroyed mats. So just be weary on how you peel. And as Mandy showed, that flipping it upside down and peeling from the backside will alleviate any tension as well as like potentially curling. So this was the first one I did, and I pulled it from the top, and it actually caused like my paper to actually warp. Well, it's not bad, and once you put something on it, it kind of weights it down, and obviously you could flatten it out eventually, but
Right.
from the back end alleviates some of that tension.
Yeah, and that same trick, guys, helps with adhesive as well. When you're using PSV, it will tend to curl. Now, somebody's asking where to find the paper pack. So Michael's right now on Michaels.com, you can go and get it. It's also probably at your local Michaels. Definitely, if you want it, go and get it because this is a 3-month set. So once it's gone, it's gone. So go run and get it if you want it. There's a whole line of stuff. So go to Michaels.com, search the word SparkleBerry, one word, it auto-corrected for me. I put that link, well, Michaels.com, I put that in there in the chat. So make sure to go grab that if you want it. Kathy, you can actually make your own envelopes with the paper. And that's been something I've already done, and it's supposed to be a class that we're going to be doing. So, Mame, there will be new sets eventually, I'm sure. We're hoping if all goes well. And everything is on sale right now, Lorraine. Thank you for that. All of our SparkleBerry line is on sale at Michaels.com for 30% off. So they ship usually pretty fast. I've heard one person who said that theirs has been waiting for a while, but you should be able to grab it and get it really quickly if you don't want to get out of the house. But I do think it's a must-have. It's definitely one of the most special things that's ever happened to me. And like I said, if Siser had not introduced us to Michaels, I don't believe that we would be in this place in this moment. So maybe eventually it would have happened, but I just am just so thankful to Siser for that. And so thankful for all of their awesome help. Joe, you were awesome. Seriously. Thank you for coming paper crafting with us. It's so awesome.
I always have so much fun. I'm learning so much. Look at this. Johan saw it, the first one I did, and he's like, I don't ever have to ask or go pay for cards anymore. Joe can make them all.
Just get them from Joe.
I'm going to end up doing this stuff. And yeah, like you said, send it to someone you love. Today is actually my mom's birthday, and I haven't smiled in a year. She's out in California, so I'll probably not actually send it to her. I'll probably take a photo or a video and show her the video of the file in action. But this was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if you've mentioned, Mandy, that, I mean, you were supposed to be here in Detroit for a particular reason. And I don't know if it's the perfect platform to maybe announce something, but
I know I'm just kind of sad because I don't know when it's going to happen.
Well, it doesn't matter as long as it's out in the ether and people know that there's something happening.
Tell them.
Let them know. Tell them.
Okay, so a couple of years ago, Joe and I did a little competition. We came up with a craft war, and it was so much fun. Joe won. I think it was rigged, but whatever. but we have to have a rematch, and that was actually supposed to happen this week, but because of everything going on, we decided a few weeks ago that it shouldn't happen. So that's why we didn't push it yet or anything, because everything's just so up in the air with should we travel, should we not, and we just wanted to play it safe and keep everybody at Siser safe, keep me safe and not on an airplane. So we're just going to push that back to when we can do it, but we are very excited. And I'm going to make sure we level the playing field and make really strict rules that Joe has to follow so that he won't win again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, it was kind of sought out for a long time. People asked if we would ever do a follow-up craft war. And, at first,
Got to do it.
I feel like it's come to that point where it would be acceptable to do another one. It has been 2 years. I do see
in September.
2 years. It's been two years in September. Yep. And
So
it would have
gotta
been
do it.
perfect timing, especially with the congratulations, all the wonderful things that Mandy and SparkleBerry had going on in the Michaels stores and all the rollouts there on top of it. So, again, we're very, very happy to have you as a partner. And Siser has all the respect for all the people at SparkleBerry and all the wonderful things they're doing, and keep teaching these wonderful classes. Thank you so much for having me on. This is great. I had a blast, always learning something new. That's something different, and it will only help me for future projects. I'm looking forward to learning much more.
I agree. And we're super proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm just so thankful. I love every single one of you so much. And let us know if you want to do more paper crafts. Let us know. Get the word to us, because I think it would be, I don't know if I'm the one to teach advanced stuff. Maybe we should get Leslie and Tara to do that. I don't know, because they are the paper crafters. But I think we need another shaker card, and we need Joe to do that too. So maybe we should make him do that. But
I gotta say, these are awesome though. I'm telling you, non-biased. All these patterns are really, really cool, and this is the big one. So Mandy originally, which showed up today, by the way, had this small. It's like a 6x6 version.
yes.
And so that showed up, and I was kind of like, well, how was I supposed to produce this? But fortunately. Just another quick plug at Michael's and Mandy for hooking me up with this book. But Mandy placed an order at Michael's for this carryout thing, and I had no idea what was going on. And Michael's, it took, I'm not even joking, it took under an hour from the order to go into Michael's and get delivered right to our office within an hour, and it was in my hands. That's how fast it was. So very impressive on that delivery.
It was worth every bit of the $50 extra I paid. I'm just kidding. It wasn't $50 extra. It wasn't that expensive, actually. He needed it in his hands. And of course, USPS is struggling right now. So it's good stuff, guys. So go grab it while you can. And I would love to see what you guys create today. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day. I'm going to get this recording up later. Bye, guys. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.